Alright guys, welcome back to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and take off the deck, clean it, sharpen the mower blades, and grease all the spindle bearings. And then I'll show you how to use the winch I have set up here in my shop. So stay tuned, should be fun. Alright guys, so obviously I'll show you what we do here again. So obviously there's four deck wheels on each side. Those will need to get raised up, but for now let's get it inside. So right now I have the arrow set to the white marker, so let's adjust the feet so we can lower this thing all the way down. And all right, so as you can tell here, the arrow's on the white marker, which allows the deck to drop all the way to the ground. Grab the top lever here, push it forward. As you saw, the deck dropped. We'll go ahead and take this part off, slide it out of the way. And then I'll, like I said, I'll push this down on both. Come on, you. But anyways, pull this off, pull the PTO off, back the tractor off so you guys can watch that. So normally what I do is I'll put the floor jack right here and I'll lift up on the tractor. And that still gives you enough room on the high side if I'm in a hurry and I don't necessarily want to take the deck off. I'll go ahead and put a floor jack here, like I said, jack it up as high as it'll go. And I can, reach under there with an impact gun and take the blades off and give it the best scrape I can. But for today's video, I'm going to show you how to take the deck off, how I raise it up, how I clean the deck and sharpen the blades. So I got both pins done. PTO shaft is off. Let's see if we can back off this thing. So obviously you see I got the deck off, PTO shaft goes in that bracket there. Let me get you positioned up here and then I'll show you how I hook it up. So I had this endless loop sling, a ratchet strap would work. Let's pull this down. So what I do with the ratchet strap or this loop sling is I'll roll it over, I guess you can just lay it down. And pick up on the front of the deck a little bit. Pick up on the front of the deck a little bit just so it rolls. And I put it around the wheels underneath. I'll show you here in a second. Alright, so all I did was basically put the sling or the ratchet strap through there on both sides. Then you'll be able to hook right here and pick the deck straight up. So let's show that. Alright, so let's see if we had the one. Oh, that's a bad angle. Sorry. If I had the one from Vevor, I wouldn't have to stick the remote up there. I would have the remote in my hand, so all I'd have to deal with the power cord would be my only thing. So let's undo this. All right, so now you got the remote, the power cord, and the winch. You got your strap set up from one side, getting looped to the other. Like I said, my unistrut runs from one side all the way down about 4 foot or so past the end of the door. So if I needed more room, I could close the garage door, but in this case, you know, I can bring it to about here and lower it down. We'll hit the down remote. Now remember, this is, you know, it doesn't take much effort. The winch is doing most of the work. All right, so I have the winch hook all the way down. So let me show you here. So I have the winch hook all the way down, and like I said, I put that swivel on it so it won't mess with that too much. So put it in there. If you really want to, you could do a small clevis or something, but for this purpose, not too bad. All right, so now we're hooked up. Got the strap on both sides, got the hook there. As I raise this deck, it should slide on the back wheels. And I'm gonna get my cord out of the way here, so hold on to that. And as you see, right, this deck probably only weighs a couple 100 pounds if you were to pick it up completely. So the winch will slowly move it where it needs to go. There's a twist in the cable, so I can take the twist out with the swivel there. That's why I got it. That was the reason, is I couldn't, it was having a hard time getting that twist out. So I'll raise it up. Oh, and the one thing I did forget to mention is you got to put the clips down. So then once you get it, you can just rock it right there. Then I always take my magnet and you can stick it right on your hook. Everything's out. All right, guys, so I ended up spraying this with degreaser in a previous, I think it was a previous day. I ended up wanting to get it all cleaned up before the first mowing, so I didn't actually shoot this part during this video you're watching now. So I just added it in here. That way you can see that, you know, obviously the grease and the crud, got to get that stuff off there. That way you can tell if you have any issues in the future. Never hurts to have things clean and well maintained. So yeah, I just added this in and hope you all enjoy. Maybe I shouldn't have sprayed everything with degreaser, but hey, lessons learned, I guess. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe, drop a comment down below. I really appreciate it. The channel's growing strong. Anyways, thank you. All right, everyone, I'm just going to go ahead and I didn't end up setting this next clip up in a time lapse. So what I'll do is I'll just speed it up a little bit, and I'll put some music with it. The reason I have to put music with it is, as you can see in the shot right there, I have the Milwaukee radio on, so I don't want to get any copyright strikes or anything against me. So sit back, enjoy, listen to a little music here, and watch me clean this deck up real good. And that way, knock any burrs off the back side. That looks good there. One more blade. Sorry if it's shaky again. Flip it over one more time. Now obviously if you were doing tons of these, you know, like if you had 3, 4, 5 mowers to do, I wouldn't use a flat file, but all right, let's go put those back on. So obviously, you know, you don't want to put your blades on backwards, so the the deck spins this direction, I believe. Yep. So the blades, the cutting edge will be on the bottom. So the cutting edge on one side will be on the bottom, or on both sides, I'm sorry. So it's important too, there's a little groove where these cups sit on. So the cups need to be pushed all the way back towards the spindle, to the spindle housing. And there's a little groove where the blades fit into. So just keep in mind that. So you don't tighten them up and it's oblong or anything, because your yard will look like garbage, or your blades will come off. And if you're new for changing blades on the first time, right, none of these spindles are reverse thread, it's righty tighty, lefty loosey. So you don't have to worry about that. Slide down here, put the last one on. So it fits in the little hole right there. So anyways, so the deck is cleaned up, blades are sharpened, they're torqued to hand tight, or, you know, enough that they're not going to come off, so you don't have to use a rattle gun. Let me know down in the comments what you guys use to sharpen blades. If you guys are commercial grade landscapers, lawnmowers, you know, what kind of tools do you have to get that perfect edge? Do you use a grinder? Do you use a, I think they make one of those cup wheels for a drill that's got a plastic piece on the back side that will make that nice edge. Let me know, you know, drop a like, drop a comment down below. Let me know what the best way to clean this deck is. If you guys have any experiences with these decks, these 60-inch HCs for the 700 series mowers, if you've had the, you know, spindle wheels wear out or anything on your deck break, drop a comment down below. These are some pretty hardy decks, and I've never had any issues. It's always chewed through grass that I wanted. So, all right, let's get it greased up. Each wheel will take, you know, a few pumps of grease. I always spin it That way the grease gets in the bearings evenly. Let me know what you guys usually do. How many pumps of grease? I guess too much grease is better than no grease. And then I'll grease each spindle as well while I'm here. Then I'll grease the PTO shaft while I'm here as well. And then the U-joints. All right, so everything's greased except for the bottom wheels. Let's lower it back down, and then I'll grease those. So all I do, push this out of the way. So all I do, right, is it's on the back wheels currently, so I can push it down a little bit just to get it out of my mess, and then I'll hold it here. I'll hit the button, and I've got full control of it. Go ahead and disconnect it. Hold somewhat tight on the hook so it spools back up into the hoist tightly. All right, and then I'll go ahead and push it out of the way so I don't need it anymore. Let me get you guys in a better view here. Sorry. All right. So now I'll hit the back spindles, the wheels here a little bit. All right, and I'll get the sliding PTO. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3 deck spindle recircs. There's 3 on the PTO and 4 on the wheels. So now that deck is ready to go for a few more mowings until the blades get dull again. And then all I do is I take the strap off, just set it on the ground. That's why you don't have flip-flops on. Move it out of the way, put it over here. And then for the back, you'll have to pick up on it a little bit. So that way it rolls, because obviously we tried to put the deck on in the shop here and it didn't work, it just slid. So I don't have water here But what I do have is that strap. So what I'm thinking about doing is raise the deck up a little bit more onto its wheels. Then I'll wrap a strap around the front end, and I'll take the lawnmower and I'll just pull it all the way up to the front of my house, and let's power wash it up just to clean it up a little bit. But it doesn't look too bad, so we might wait for a later video and I'll show you how I hook it up and pull it around. Look kind of weird dragging a mower deck behind your mower, but it works. So let's get it hooked up and let's do some mowing.